This is Gamescom Studio on IGN. In 2019, we got launched into space in the Outer Worlds, and this fall it's time to suit up again for a sequel that promises to double down on all the sci-fi weirdness. Here to tell us about it, Brandon Adler and Leonard Boyarsky from Obsidian Entertainment. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So I'm really looking forward to this. Big fan of the first game. One of the things I like most about this is the flaws system. I'm sure you can describe it better than me, but it's a way to add unique modifiers to gameplay based on player behavior. So for example, there's the sun gazer flaw, where if you stare at the sun for long enough in game, unlock the sun gazer flaw, which will distort the visuals, but then your character will gradually regenerate health in sunlight, correct? So I like this idea a lot. In real life, staring at the sun is kind of a dumb thing to do. So my question, are there any other dumb things players should experiment with that might unlock flaws in the game?
I mean, gosh, there's, I think, over 30 flaws, so we track a lot of different player actions. I don't know if there's anything that I would consider especially dumb, but we definitely check out, let's say, for example, you're constantly reloading your weapon too early.
Okay.
Like, we might notice that. We might give you the over-prepared flaw, where if you constantly reload, you actually get a bonus to your magazine sizes. But if you don't, and you let your clip get all the way down to 0, then you get a big penalty. So we do a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, there's a ton of them.
It kind of reminds me of Fallout New Vegas, where if you were playing a character with low intelligence, that would unlock some very humorous dialogue options. So aside from affecting gameplay, do the flaws affect the story in any interesting ways?
I don't think there's any direct flaws for dialogue stuff. We do a lot of that with perks, though.
Okay.
Perks can affect dialogues.
But we also have the dumb trait as well that you.
Oh yeah. Well, there's always that. That's a standard.
Yeah.
The perks are one of the things I think fans are most excited for. I think they seem maybe like a little bit more interesting this time around. Is that something that you actually set out to improve from the first game?
Yeah, 100%. That was one of the things that we had targeted very early on. Is just we wanted a much deeper RPG, one where the players could kind of build out whatever characters they wanted. We wanted to do that obviously with equipment, so we made equipment significantly more and more in depth. But we also wanted every aspect, so we added in things like traits, the perks, the flaws. And for the perks in particular, we looked at Fallout New Vegas and we said, wow, we really like not only the number that are here, but all the different things that could be affected. So we went even harder than that. And I think we even have, we have over 90 now. So I think it's even more than Fallout New Vegas had.
Wow.
You know what? We do have foot and mouth.
Yeah.
And a couple of those flaws where you have to take certain things. What's the other one? I'm blanking on it right now. There's another really good one too. That ties in with abrasive. But
yeah. Again, it's just all so you can build out your character in a bunch of different cool ways, and just not only that, the game reacting to the way in which you're playing. So we just wanted that whole full RPG experience.
I like the serial killer perk, which is where humans you kill will drop their hearts, and you get a bonus to your max health for each one.
Yeah, our design director Matt Singh, that's his favorite, man. He goes around and he's just a pure psychopath.
I like the ability to play as a real sicko in the game. So that's my next question. Can you kill every NPC in the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, can you do a pacifist run? Kill nobody.
I don't think you can do that. You can get other people to do your killing for you.
Okay.
I think there's ways through that you can avoid a lot of killing. We didn't put in a specific pacifist playthrough path.
Yeah, the people that have done almost pure pacifists have almost gotten all the way through without killing people. But there are a few key fights where something has to happen. And so again, like Leonard's saying, you could have other people maybe do that for you.
Sure.
And so if you consider that pacifist, then yeah, you can do a pacifist run.
So RPG players love when their choices have major consequences. They love when these consequences are actually visible in the world. So I know it's hard to discuss, no spoilers, but will we see any of that in Outer Worlds 2?
Yes, quite a few. One of the things that we wanted to do a lot more in this game was have a lot more longer-term reactivity, as well as more spectacular reactivity, which of course is all due to time and money. And we had more of each this time around, so we really wanted to kind of have a couple instances where you did some really dramatic things, or your choices led to some really dramatic things.
Yeah, if that's what you're looking for as a player, you're going to be happy with the Outer Worlds 2.
Nice. Depending on who you ask, one of the nice things about the Outer Worlds 1 is that you can beat it in a couple weekends. I appreciate that as someone who plays a lot of games, so it's not always the case for RPGs. So this time around, can we expect the campaign to be around the same length as the first game, or did you try to go bigger this time?
We went a lot bigger this time, but I do believe, I haven't tested this out myself, You can just do the main story arc, and it's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
We're not forcing you to do a lot of extra content. Obviously, you have to get yourself to a certain level to do certain types of content, but we're not gating you from like just really pursuing the main story arc if that's what you want to do. But we wanted out a ton of exploration and rewards for exploring this time around. Again, the time and money thing, we were able to get much bigger areas. It's still the thing where you're flying around in your ship to the different areas. It's not contiguous. But in each area you go to, there's a lot more places to explore, a lot more side quests to find.
I think too, when it comes to character customization and builds, you're kind of taking a Rodney Dangerfield approach. You get no respect at all. That's a Max Scoville joint. But can you speak to that? Why you made the decision to not allow people to respect their characters?
Yeah, I personally think, especially in an RPG, it's really important that the decisions you make have impact and weight. And for me personally, respecing reduces the impact of those choices. If you can at one moment become a charismatic rogue that is, talking his way through everything, and then you want to respec to, well, never mind, I actually don't want to do that. I want to be an engineer that does this thing. It just doesn't sit right with me. Like, it feels like if you pick your character and you're role-playing your character, that's something that should be an important choice and kind of lead you throughout the entire experience that way. And so hopefully we've given you a lot of options, no matter what you've chosen, to have like cool, fun experiences. But yeah, it was important to me that we make players understand that, hey man, the choices you make actually do matter.
I've been playing a lot recently, just an actual playthrough. Over the course of development, I obviously do a lot of jumping in, testing specific things, and then I'll cycle through different skills, different abilities to be able to like see how the content's going to play out. And as a person who's playing it, trying not to cheat, because I could always do that if I wanted to, it's really tough because you get in there and you're like, I want both these perks, or I want this perk. Oh no, I want to spec my character this way. And once you've made that choice, even then you have deeper choices as you go along the way. So it's really, it really adds to the gameplay.
Thinking back to Outer Worlds 1, Supernova was basically a hardcore mode that limited your perks, allowed permanent death for your companions. You had to eat and sleep. Is this mode returning for Outer Worlds 2?
No, we are not doing Supernova mode. No. We removed some of the different survival elements that are in there, but we do have like harder modes for folks that are in there, but it's not the exact same thing.
How are you handling difficulty here? Scale, or is there different difficulty settings?
Yeah, it's difficulty settings that you can kind of set. Yeah.
You brought a new, it's a companion trailer here for Gamescom,
yeah.
Part of Opening Night Live. Do you have a favorite companion in the game, both of you?
Well, I wrote, I wrote Azza, so she's my favorite. But it's hard to pick. All the companions have like really great storylines, and they're really cool individual characters. And there's, different aspects to them that are funny or endearing or irritating in an endearing way. So it's really hard to pick. I mean, stepping back, I think there's a couple that I would say are my favorites, but then, I'll play another time and swap out the companions and see something really cool and just go like, oh, I should play more with that companion. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Niles. Not only do I love his story and his overall arc, but he actually has some pretty cool gameplay stuff. Not only his companion abilities and whatnot, he actually acts as my tank in the way that I built him out. But I love that he actually has like a field engineering skill, so he's basically a workbench anywhere. So whenever I need to generate ammo, let's say go in there and craft more ammo, or if I want to add mods to my weapons, and he's there, I don't have to go run back to go find a workbench. I can immediately go like, hey Niles, will you craft this thing for me? And he's like, yeah, sure boss. And then, it's a lot of fun, and it's actually really useful too.
Just like with all the other stuff, it's really hard choices because they're all great. Because not like Brandon said, Niles has that field workshop capability, and that's invaluable. So you're like, oh, but I want to check out the different companions. So it's really a hard choice sometimes which ones you want to play with.
Like I said, I'm really excited for it. It's been a long time coming. Outer Worlds 1 was 2019, and then 2 was announced, I think, at E3 2021.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It's been a little minute, so
yeah.
I'm really excited to finally get to play it. Thank you so much for coming by, IGN Studio.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
The Outer Worlds 2 hits Xbox Series, PS5, and PC on October 29th. Right now, there's more Gamescom Studio right here on IGN.